Hi, my name is Kurstin, and this is my comeback story. About 4 years, it'll be in November, so November of 2018, I lost my brother to suicide, and it really came out of nowhere. No one knew he was struggling, and they say it's the ones you don't always think, because he was the type that always had a smile. He always joked around, and for some reason he had been getting closer to us, but I didn't think anything of it until I got a text, and it was a goodbye text, and automatically I knew something was wrong, and it just felt like a nightmare. I didn't believe in it. It didn't feel real. So as I was heading to find him, I just sat in my car, drove in my car, pleading to God, please don't let this be. Please let it be anything but taking him away from me, from my family. He has a son, his only son. And as I was driving, I was praying so hard, and tears just flooded. And my brother called, and as I was on the way, and told me that it was a gunshot wound. So automatically you go to the worst of thoughts. You're thinking, okay, gunshot is fatal, So I'm still here pleading until I pull up. And they, at that time, had taken him to the hospital. And so from there, I had to grab my nephew because there was questioning involved. And I grabbed my nephew and I held him. And I just remember him telling me, "Daddy, owie." And he was 3 at the time. So I just knew he must have saw something. And my brother and I, took him, and we ended up leaving to the hospital. We didn't even make it 2 steps in the door, and my family was shaking their head. And I just remember just feeling in such disbelief and numbness just come over me, because I just kept questioning why did this happen? What did I not catch? I just talked to him the night before, and it just felt like there was something I could have done. But the questions of why and the what ifs that haunt you because of that, then going forward, the enemy really came after my family. It came so hard that the enemy just made us split up. My dad and I did not get along, and we came to a point where we were no longer talking. And that broke my heart. It broke me. Just the things that were said, the pain we were already carrying, and the fact that we're already broken over my brother, for it to even attack my family even harder. I was at a loss. I was at a low, to the point where I went months without going to church. I lost myself in it. I was spiraling out. I got involved in a relationship I probably shouldn't have been in. I just was spiraling out, and I didn't want to go to church. And then it was about a year in, I decided I needed to go into therapy because I just was waking up every day miserable. And then as I was working on myself, there was a little tug here and there, like God calling on me. I felt, I just needed to go to church. And then Katie Pearson, she was one of my colleagues at the time, and she was definitely a mentor in my life. And she came in and we talked, and she understood my story. And as we, went through the process together, she had invited me to her church where I am today. And From there, I joined Run for God. And as I'm in this place, still trying to figure out, why this awful thing even happened, I'm struggling every day just to get back on the path I was on before. And I really lost my faith. I really turned my back on God for a while there, just because of all the pain, all the hurts, all the what ifs, the questioning. What more could I have done as a sister? And then the fact that I no longer had my own family that I loved, and it just felt like I was broken, and it was just spiraling downward more and more. So as I joined Run for God, it came at the perfect time. It gave me a spark, because running is something I like and I enjoy. And so for it to intertwine with talking about the Word, it allowed me to go in deeper with it and meeting new people. And I felt so welcomed coming into this church at the Word. I built relationships with Kelly and Brandon and Lisa Pearson, and they would pray over me because I came to them with my hurts, because I was at a spiritual battle with the enemy. I was really fighting hard. Why did this happen to me? Why am I so broken? Why is my family treating me the way they were? I didn't understand it. But little did I know God had a plan, that He was going to heal me. And it was the hardest time of my life. But after going through all of the things I did, I learned that this is my testimony. This is my comeback. God sent me to the lowest time, even to the time of losing my brother. He sent me down just to make me realize that He's never going to leave me. And, suicide has such a stigma to it. You think automatically like, oh, that's a shameful thing. But to me, my brother was brave. For whatever tormented him the way it did, he shouldn't have gone through it. But I felt like at the end of it all, he chose that way, and it helped for our family to become stronger for it. And I miss him. But I felt like through all the pain and suffering, losing my brother brought me closer into wanting to stand up for what I believed in even more. And now I want to stand up for him and use his story to help other people. And then through joining, Run for God, I'm now leading part of it. And Kelly invited me to do it, and I just thought she was the craziest person, because I don't I don't lead people. But then I'm learning, like, God can use you through your lowest times, through your losses, that this is your comeback. This is how you're going to come back, and you are going to be used. You're going to be a gift to somebody that needs to hear your story.